good place to meet foreigners, and it's a really kind of classy joint. So I like going to Hub to hang out. What do you think about the rose garden, Brandon?
It's beautiful.
He thinks it's beautiful.
I like that you can smell it, even in this cold December air. You have the sweet smell of the roses permeating the air.
That's nice.
A poem by Brandon Robbins.
The first time I moved far away from home, I had this idea in my head that after I moved, it would be a fresh start. A fresh start with the unique opportunity to be whoever I wanted to be. To look back on how I interacted with people in the past and the reputation that I built for myself socially, and make any needed changes to be the person I always wanted to be. I could be more outgoing and confident. I could be less nerdy and more assertive. All I had to do was decide on the character that I wanted to be and present that personality to all of these new people I'd be meeting. Of course, it didn't happen that way. As the months passed and I settled into my new job and made new friends, I realized that I was the same person I was before. Perhaps I had matured as I joined the workforce and began my life after university. But otherwise, despite all of the experience that I felt I could draw on from my past life, my external self remained unchanged. I realized that the way that we interact with people, in many ways, is less of a choice and more just a part of who we are. Our external self is just as much us as our internal self. Even if I changed how I interacted at first, eventually, as I had more and more interactions, my true external self, or I guess my true social style, started to become more and more apparent. Most of us can only hold a character for so long. Some people are naturally conversational. Some people are naturally shy. Some are excitable and some are withdrawn. Everyone has their own unique social style, and we all have different levels of social skills. I think this is something that everyone learns as they get older, but I feel that since moving to Japan almost 6 months ago, I've gotten to see how this carries over to how people are able to interact with someone who can only speak their language to a very limited degree.
Strong dry.
We've had a bunch of opportunities to interact with people all across the spectrum of English ability. From zero English ability at all to total fluency. However, we've noticed something really interesting when interacting with people who speak no English at all. Some are extremely good at making themselves easy to understand and converse with in Japanese, but others, not so much. Interacting with someone who only speaks your language to a limited degree really is a special skill all on its own. Connor and I are very low-level conversational in Japanese.
Speak for yourself.
We can hold a broken conversation with poor grammar, but our understanding depends largely on the person who we're talking with. Some people have this incredible ability to gauge our Japanese level pretty quickly and speak in a way that is very easy to understand without being oversimplified. But on the other hand, some simplify so much that it's hard to get anywhere in the conversation, and others are almost completely unintelligible with our low level of Japanese. This being my first time ever living in a non-English speaking country, It's something that I never really thought about before. It makes me really appreciate the efforts people make to interact with us.
For 148 yen.
Because I feel that this ability to interact with someone who is learning your language is both part of your external personality and also partly a learned skill. Some people are naturals, while others, despite being otherwise very skilled socially, are not.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Everyone talks about experiences like moving to a foreign country as being quote-unquote life-changing in some unspecified way. And so I've been trying to think about how this experience might be changing my life, as it were. Or maybe more specifically, what I'm learning from this experience that will change my life in some way.
I got chocolate. Okay, this is definitely a deluxe treat.
When I return to Canada, assuming that I return to Canada, I want to think about how much I appreciated the efforts people made to interact with me here in Japan. I want to think about how I interact with people in Canada who are learning English, and how I can adjust the way that I communicate to be at a level that is neither oversimplified nor too difficult to understand for whatever level they seem to be at. Learning a second language is hard, but having people around you that make an effort to interact at a level that's easy for you to understand is a serious blessing. I hope I can be one of those people for someone else someday.
It's sweet. And then literally my favorite form factor of chip.
Yeah, this is a really nice chip form factor.
It's like so good. It's
We
all
first
over
had these
Korea
in Korea.
when they were sweet. These ones are corn, but man, they're so good. Just the layered things. These are the best chips in the entire world.
We have some chew highs.
Yeah, we got these little chew highs. Connor's been liking these lately, so he blessed us with 2 of these. And yeah, we're gonna watch some
Kids on the Slope.
Kids on the Slope.
Peace out.